Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here on YouTube, returning to you for a Silverstein final marathon studio album review, and this is the 10th album, because I've already reviewed Misery Made Me already. I just wanted to review the 2020 album, A Beautiful Place to Drown. This is the 2020 album I'm going to be reviewing for their 10th studio album, and I did buy this on CD, by the way, and it was worth it. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for Silverstein, A Beautiful Place to Drown, and let you know my thoughts on this record overall. So let's dive into this album review. Now, it's only 12 tracks, but it starts off pretty strong with Bad Habits featuring Aaron Marshall of Intervals. I think this was a really good track. I come back to this track all the time because I can relate to it. Like struggling with your bad habits, like it could be toxic people, it depends, toxic environments around you, or certain toxicity, or drugs and alcohol. That's what it's mostly referring to, like someone struggling with a drug and alcohol addiction, and eventually I've seen the video many times, she ends up questioning herself, like, why do I keep going back to my bad habits and all that. So yeah, the lyrics say, I keep chasing bad feelings, I keep breaking down and never deal with it, drunk cause I don't want to swim, I'm good with bad habits. So that's applies to anyone mostly, but very impactful message, and definitely recommend checking this track out. 5 out of 5. Burn It Down featuring Caleb Shomo of Beartooth is a great track. Really enjoyed this song for how it sounded. So this is a 5 out of 5. I really like Caleb Shomo's scream breakdown at the bridge part of the song. It really connected very well. And Shane Told's vocals are pretty good in this. Even with the Bad Habits song, his vocals were outstanding. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for Burn It Down featuring Caleb Shomo of Beartooth. Where Are You is a alright song. It's not one of my favorites, but it did alright for what it was going for. The drum work and the guitar work was pretty good. My biggest critique was how the song was sounding with Shane Told's vocal delivery and how the melody executed. This track didn't resonate with me too much, so 4.5 out of 5. Infinite featuring Aaron Gillespie of Underoath is above decent, at least. It's not one of my favorite tracks that I've listened to, but it's alright for what it goes for. So this is a 4.25 out of 5. I don't know, this one I was trying to like, and I like the scream delivery from Shane Told, but the song didn't really connect with the chorus. I don't know, the chorus was not that strong in my opinion, but the track overall was above decent. 4.25 out of 5. Shapeshift is a good track in its own way. I didn't hate this track for how it sounded, but it's alright for what it goes for, so this is a 4.5 out of 5. Shane Told's vocal delivery is not too bad in this track, but there's some hits and misses and weak points through this track as you progress on and listen to it, like the chorus has its weak points. All on Me featuring Saxel Rose. I guess someone with a saxophone or whatever is the feature artist, and he's just playing an instrument, and it sounds pretty nice with the saxophone. I believe it's a saxophone he's playing with. But Shane Told's vocal delivery is not too bad. It starts off mellow, but it picks up and progresses as the rest of the track goes on. So 4.75 out of 5. Madness featuring Princess Nokia. I really enjoyed this track. This is probably my favorite, another favorite of the singles for this record, along with Bad Habits and Burn It Down. Great track. Even though Infinite was my least favorite, I still think this track was a banger. And I think Princess Nokia sounded really good in this track. I think it's Nokia, how you pronounce it correctly. But this is a 5 out of 5. Love the chorus. I love the vocal delivery, and the verses are pretty resonating. And Shane Told's screaming vocals in this are pretty good in the breakdown. And Princeton's Nokia sounded really good singing a certain section in the track, like deep monotoned vocals that sound really good and make the song flow very well. Say Yes is a pretty good song. It's not one of my favorites, but it's alright for what it goes for, so 4.75 out of 5. It's not a very long song. It's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds, but it tries to get the job done for what it's going for. Stop is another one of my favorite tracks off this record, so I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I really like how the progression of the track is going. Drum work and guitar work is excellent, and Shane Told's vocals are pretty good for what it goes for. So this is a 5 out of 5. September 14th is pretty good with Shane Told's vocal delivery. I think this track is pretty good in its own way. Not one of my favorites, but it sounds really nice for what it goes for. 4.75 out of 5. Coming Down is a pretty good song in its own way. Scream vocals are pretty good, and just Shane Told's vocal delivery is alright for what it goes for. So 4.75 out of 5. Take What You Give featuring Pierre Bourvier of Simple Plan is not a bad song. I think Pierre's vocals, he didn't do much in the track. I will tell you that. He didn't come into like 2 minutes in the song or something like that at the bridge part of the track. And it kind of disappointed me. He didn't have much to sing in this song, and I was hoping he'd do a verse, and that would have been interesting. But with this song, it was fine for what it went for, but not one of my particular favorites. But nice closing track to end the album. So 4.75 out of 5. Overall production, mixing, and execution-wise, I found this record to be good in its own way. Not one of my favorite Silverstein albums, but it's a good album, for sure. I really got a chance to dive deep into this record, because I've been wanting to listen to this record, and I found it to be alright for what it goes for. If I were to give it an overall score, I'm going to give it a 8.25 out of 10. It's over at least a good album. It's alright. It's not the best record I've listened to in Silverstein's discography, but it's almost worthy of an 8.5 out of 10. But it didn't hit its mark because of Infinite being my least favorite. So 8.25 out of 10 for Silverstein. A Beautiful Place to Drown. Really did enjoy a few tracks from this record. And with that being said, hope you guys have a good night, and thanks for watching.